Deference ends where change leaders begin. On this day, 4th of July, 1776, delegates of the 13 American colonies adopted the Declaration of Independence, formally severing ties with Great Britain and marking the birth of the United States of America. Among those leading this historic transformation were Thomas Jefferson, the Declaration's principal author, and John Adams, its most determined advocate, alongside Benjamin Franklin, Roger Sherman, and Robert R. Livingston, who together formed the drafting committee. This pivotal moment in world history exemplifies organized resistance to established authority and the collective will to forge a new path forward. The Declaration was a revolutionary manifesto that challenged the foundations of governance and human rights of the 18th century. This document articulated principles that influenced democratic movements worldwide, introducing the radical idea that legitimate power must be grounded in the will of the people. The clarity and conviction of its prose, especially for the time, reflect the power of well-crafted language to articulate enduring ideals. Jefferson's eloquence and philosophical vision gave the Declaration its enduring rhetorical force, while Adams fought fiercely to secure its adoption. The Declaration proclaimed that all men are created equal and possess unalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, concepts that would echo through centuries of social and political transformation. The courage required to affix one's signature to this document cannot be understated. These delegates were signing their own death warrants if the revolution failed. Benjamin Franklin famously quipped at the signing, "We must all hang together, or most assuredly we shall all hang separately." The Declaration itself declared that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. Just 6 months earlier, Thomas Paine's pamphlet Common Sense had galvanized colonial sentiment, proving how persuasive language could ignite public appetite for change. This moment of profound risk-taking illustrates how transformational change requires leaders to stake everything on their vision of a better future. The ripple effects of this declaration established precedents for self-determination that inspired liberation movements globally. The Declaration's emphasis on natural rights and popular sovereignty challenged the established order throughout Europe and beyond, becoming a catalyst for democratic ideals. The process leading to this moment also highlights the complexity of achieving consensus among diverse stakeholders. The 13 colonies had significant differences in culture, economy, and political structure. Yet through months of debate and negotiation, these disparate entities found common ground in their shared desire for self-governance and freedom from perceived oppressive rule. This moment marked a fundamental shift in thinking about authority and legitimacy, transforming the relationship between rulers and the ruled, while introducing a new framework for understanding political power. 4th July is now observed across the United States as Independence Day, a national celebration of liberty, identity, and democratic beginnings. Change leadership lessons. The Declaration of Independence reminds us that transformational change demands both visionary thinking as well as grit and courage to act decisively when the moment for change arrives. Modern leaders can draw inspiration from these delegates who risked everything to create a new paradigm, demonstrating that lasting change requires both collective commitment and individual accountability. Leaders of change understand that successful transformation requires strategic preparation and groundwork before any decisive action is taken. They understand that achieving lasting change demands bringing together diverse stakeholders with different interests to reach agreement. Change leaders develop immediate and systematic communication plans to ensure all constituencies understand the transformation rationale and purpose. They must be willing to accept significant personal risks when pursuing organizational or societal change initiatives that matter. Leaders of change require structured approaches that balance bold decision-making with practical steps for executing their transformation vision. Summary leadership quote: "Transformational change emerges when leaders unite diverse voices through careful preparation, clear communication, personal courage, and methodical execution of their shared vision. Organizational change application, change leadership responsibility 1, articulate a change vision. The adoption of the Declaration of Independence exemplifies the critical role of a clearly articulated change vision in large-scale transformation. The delegates' vision transcended mere political separation. It outlined a revolutionary narrative that sought to establish a new governance framework based on the principles of liberty and equality. By presenting this vision with clarity and conviction, the delegates garnered support from diverse factions within the colonies. Their commitment to the ideals of self-governance and human rights demonstrated not only clarity of purpose, but also the courage to act decisively in the face of potential consequences. Effective change leaders, much like these delegates, craft aspirational yet credible visions that guide diverse stakeholders through uncertainty while reinforcing a shared sense of direction. Compelling change vision requires continuous communication and consistent embodiment of core principles through visible leadership behaviors, fostering trust, enabling alignment, and empowering individuals to take confident steps toward a common goal. Find out more. Change Management Leadership, Leadership of Change Volume 4,